Hey, everybody, and welcome to Real Laughs on 104.1. Thank you guys for joining us. We get Nightcap Comedy. I am your host, Mr. James Eon. I am joined in studio with Mr. Mike Hurley from the Obligatory Podcast. We also got Miguel Colon Jr. in the house, my partner in crime. Miguel, how you feeling tonight?
I'm good.
We also got the Godfather of Orlando Comedy and hater of wine, Mr. Ken Miller.
Hey, man, I got a pro going on, B.
You do. Mr. Joe Clark, you look good though, man. You look good.
Crazy. Look at that. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
you got a good hairline,
man.
You got a good hairline, though.
You got that good hair. That good hair, man.
My hairline. If you laid the hairline of my hair from 10 years ago for now, it matches like the beach erosion. Like, you know?
The tsunami when it goes back.
Yeah. Now, Miguel, let me ask you, bro. How long will you let it recede till you're like, nah, I'm going bald?
I don't know, man. Like, I mean, it's high up right now. You can see, man, but it's all right. Like, I mean, if it started looking whack to me, if I looked at it one day and I was like, this is just stupid, I'd go all bald. But all bald, man, the first time you do, because I've never gone all bald, but I've seen people do it. And the first time you do it, it's like, okay, I'm confident my head is the right shape.
Yeah,
once you get it all, man, you're like, I got like a dent in the side or whatever.
Nah,
I don't want
bro.
That.
There's a comic, I won't say his name.
Say it, boy.
He got a missile head, like for real. He got a Scud missile head, like it's for real.
Gas.
No, we all know him. No, he's a good dude. It's just his head. It ain't shaped for being bald, but he ain't got no choice at this point. Nothing will bring it back. Not even Jesus. It's bad, bro. We all know him. Shout out to Bull. But anyway,
he's got to wear snap caps, skull caps. You know,
all the time, bro.
He got a snapback fedora.
He does, bro. Yo, it's poor guy, man. All right, we got some pretty cool birthdays this week, man. Somebody that I know I grew up with, and I know you did too, Ken and Miguel. It is the birthday of Fuji member Lauryn Hill, 44 years old.
Well, you know what that means, bro. She gonna celebrate it tomorrow because she late for everything. Lauryn Hill late for every concert. But I don't know why people still go to her concerts, bro.
It starts like 4 hours late every time, right?
Every time, bro.
Her verse is gonna be her versus her audience.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Oh man, but I love Lauryn Hill, bro.
Yeah, I do too, man.
Yeah.
I do too.
I tell you, one time,
legit could have been way bigger than she is. She could have had.
She won what, like 7 Grammys on one album.
She could have had
Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
She could have had more albums after that, man. It's just
and the crazy thing is that came at a time when a lot of artists like Lauryn Hill were still considered hip hop R&B artists, and yet there is no woman who was 20 years old when that album came out that didn't own that album. You know, and dudes were bumping it, and that's the time when it was like super toxic masculinity, where people were like, "I ain't gonna bump no Lauryn Hill," and they just sitting there like, "And the road to my love is Zion."
Yeah.
You know what?
But you don't tell me you don't think she could have been like a upper tier celebrity, like I ain't gonna say that Beyonce type, but she could have been in Alicia Keys where she had consistent albums back to back to back.
True.
I think she could.
A lot of it plays to her ethic, I think. You know, just I don't mean to be rude, but her ethic didn't seem to be there.
Every time we talk about Lauryn Hill, I always think about this one time me and Miguel were playing in Myrtle Beach, and it was after the comedy show. We went to a Waffle House and turned that into a club. Miguel decided to put on some Lauryn Hill, and a black dude walked in, and he was like, "Yo, who put this on?" And Miguel's like, "That was me." And everybody just got up and started dancing, bro. It was.
I put X Factor on because even though that's such a sad song, to me that's such a sexy, romantic,
soulful song.
Even though it's sad. And then we got to that, and then by the time we got to like the Tony Braxton, me and James were leaving, and there was a dude taking covers at the door. And there was a girl walking around selling bottles in the Waffle House VIP.
Yo, there was a dude dancing in the middle of Waffle House, bro. He was amazing. When he got done, he finally went and cooked our meal, but he was awesome.
me and Morales did that. I think we were coming back. I can't remember what club. Me and Morales was coming back from somewhere, and we decided to stop at like a TGI Friday, and they had a jukebox in there. And I started playing like Mary J. What's the 411? All kind of stuff. And we called it Club TGI. And me and Carmen kicked it up for like 45 minutes. And when we left, everybody was in there like, okay, all right. And I put on like 20 songs. I legit put like 20 songs. I put like $40 in that jukebox.
Yeah.
The meal was $5, but the jukebox was $48.
in music.
Gosh, I used
to live close enough to this bar that I could control their jukebox from my house. And it'd be times, because you remember that you could do it with your phone? You could do it with the app. Yeah. So I lived in my second floor. This is where it was downtown. I could control the jukebox when I was on my balcony. And there were just times where it was like Sunday football. And I was like, well, time to play some Tony Braxton.
Dude's like, what the hell?
Yeah, and one dude's like, no. Let it ride. My boy's lost.
yeah. Once your team lost, you don't care what's on the jukebox.
You don't,
like, put that Breathe Again on, you know?
Well, I got something I want to run by you guys, especially Ken and Mike, because I want to know how you guys deal with this with your kids. Your kids like to go see Pixar movies and stuff like that. They like Disney, right? Like your youngest, Ken?
Yeah.
Your half daughter, the one that is not yours, but you take care of.
My baby, yo.
You are white. But anyway, Mike as well. Pixar. This is really cool. I don't know about you guys. I know Mike has Disney Plus.
Yeah, because you're on my account.
That's right. I keeps it real. But anyway.
Disney plus.
plus, baby. Not just us. That's right. Plus. But Disney Pixar has just released its very first feature film where the lead is an actual animated gay character. Not side character, but the lead. Now, I was a little bit taken aback because I was like, is this really the first time that, Disney's done this? Like, I thought it's already been done on one of their shows before. I didn't realize
Woody and Buzz, man. I mean, Bo Peep, whatever. But real. Man, Woody and Buzz, they with it, they about it. Good for them. That's a power couple. Power couple.
Well, my question was for Mike. Like, you have little ones and they watch Disney Plus. Like, have you had a talk with them already about like different alternative relationships and stuff like that? Like, do they already know about that?
Yeah, it's funny because just like a couple of weeks ago, I was talking to my 9-year-old, and I was like, you know how you get with like, hey, man, are you missing school? You miss all your girlfriends? Yeah. And then I just he's like, I don't have a girlfriend. I'm like, do you miss your boyfriends? He's like, I don't have a boyfriend. But I didn't do it as like I want my kids to understand, regardless, whoever they decide to love, as long as they're in love, I'm happy. There's never in this house anything but supportive for you. Be who you're gonna be. And
I think what you're saying, you didn't say it like they would say it to us in the 90s. You didn't say it that way.
And I think it's you punk. You're like, what are you talking? Why are you talking to me like that, man?
Yeah,
because it's the 90s.
But I think it's great. But I don't think it's anything new. I mean, man, we can go all the way back to Sesame Street. You always knew Bert and Ernie. There was something up there. You can be roommates. How you got an apartment in a city? You're two dudes, and both of you sleep in the same room like you're the Cleavers with that bed just like a foot apart. They had a living room. They had 2 bathrooms. One of them could have been on the couch, so you knew it was by choice. But they seemed happy. They seemed happy.
They did seem happy.
Growing up, my uncle, my father's brother, my uncle's gay, and I didn't understand. I knew something was like different. I hate to say that, but I knew something was like different. But the biggest thing was he lived with Mark, his husband now. And, as a kid, I guess they're trying to shelter you from things that they don't understand. But they're like telling me Mark's my uncle's roommate. And like they would tell me the office where I would stay was Mark's room. And I'd be in the office and I'd be like, this is messed up. My uncle gets a bedroom and Mark has to sleep in an office. This is not cool. I was like, we need to address this because Mark's dope. And I don't think it's right that he has to sleep in bed with my uncle because I'm sleeping in his room, which is an office. Like, we need to have a talk, guys. Mark's family, and this is not cool. Like,
little did you know your uncle was playing Office with Mark. Like, you found that out later, man.
Yeah, and then when I found that, like when I grew up and I realized my uncle was gay, I was just like, Mark's room. Okay, now that makes sense. Because the whole time I was like, man, he is really crapping on his homeboy. Like, like this ain't right, man. This ain't right,
Now, Ken, do you have to have talks with your half daughter?
No, because her sister's gay.
Oh, so she already knows everything.
So she already knows. Yeah, she already knows. So
that's his bonus daughter, man. Get it right.
That's right. I forgot.
Bonus daughter. Yeah, bonus daughter. Nah, that's not something we even have to worry about. Nah.
Yeah. I think it's funny. I was at Toys R Us once, and I think my oldest was about 4 years old, and he had just seen, the Disney Little Mermaid. He was in love with the Little Mermaid. So we're at Toys R Us, and we're in the Lego section, and he's usually all into superheroes and stuff like that. But you saw the Little Mermaid, like, girls Lego set, like the bigger Duplos, and he's like, Dad, can I get this? Dad, can I get this? I'm like, yeah, sure, buddy. So we go to the register, and he puts it up on the register, and I go to pay, and the guy working, he's like, oh, are you getting a present for your sister today? And he's like, no. And the guy looks at me, and I'm like, yeah, he doesn't have a sister. And he's like, oh, it's a gift for one of your friends at school? And I just look at the guy, I'm like, it's for him. And like the cashier's like, okay.
I had brought this up to my kids about the Pixar thing. I thought it was going to be a big deal. The fact that Disney was doing that, they're like, Dad, they've been doing stuff like this, children's cartoons. I'm like, what are you talking about? And they were telling me that
Donatello Ninja Turtles,
Snagglepuss, what? Stage left. Come with me, big boy.
Hey guys, I'm just like everybody else, except I'm pink and effeminate, and none of the other characters hang out with me.
I love it. Yeah, they were telling me that Steven Universe. I didn't know that show had gay characters on it. It has 2 lesbians that are married, and the show The Loud House has a gay couple that's the neighbors too. So apparently, cartoons have had gay characters for a while now. And I just
we had them. We had Shipwreck and G.I. Joe and Roadblock. And we were all like, yo.
His name
Roadblock had the shirt open, big Eagle Globe and Anchor Marine tag. I remember I would buy my father G.I. Joes that were Marines, and I remember the Roadblock one, him just looking at like, I'm going to put this one away somewhere else. Roadblock's not allowed to be asked and not allowed to tell,
So wrong.
Yeah.
So wrong, bro. For me, it was always Bert and Ernie. I didn't ever think of anybody else. Some people always say He-Man was kind of gay.
He-Man was just down for whatever.
Because he did like weird stuff,
Bro,
he was
wearing a loincloth.
Didn't he wear like a pink vest too? Wasn't his vest like pink?
Okay, so check this out. Everything.
No, that was Prince Adam's vest, not He-Man's.
Yeah. And then here's the thing. So
he had that squire cut. Yeah.
Well, the guy who did all the coloring for He-Man and a couple other cartoons in the 70s and 80s was actually red-blue colorblind. And that's why He-Man wore pink. I read this article on it because he just pinked everybody thinking it was red.
Wow. Dang.
Wow.
I had no idea, bro.
And
Had no idea.
I think, too, when Donatello came out to the Turtles, the artist when he had to come out to was Raphael. And I hope Raphael was like, you're my brother. I don't care that you're a dainty little purple turtle. You're my brother. Don't be bringing your turtle boyfriend over until I'm ready for it, okay?
Why your Donatello sound like Hulk Hogan, though?
Listen here, brother.
Guys, don't go anywhere. We get back on Real Laughs. Ken's going to be giving his retro movie review. That's right. So don't go anywhere, people. We'll be right back on Real Laughs. Welcome back, everybody. You're still listening to Real Laughs on 104.1. Don't forget, you can always listen to us on the iHeart app, Spotify, and iTunes. And make sure you go follow us on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. I'm your host, Mr. James John. We're joined in the studio with Mike Herlihy, Ken Miller, and Miguel Colon Jr. Now, guys, something interesting is about to happen. We're doing the different phases of reopening Florida, and we're about to open up on June 5th, Disney and Universal Studios. That's right.
This is the phases of death, huh?
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you guys real quick, like, how many of you guys are willing to actually go to a theme park on June 5th? If you had free tickets, would you go?
Bro, I'd never go to a theme park in June, no matter if they pay me, no matter if it's COVID. Theme parks are meant to be done in September and October. Every other month, man, nah, it's too hot. I wouldn't want it. And then there's gonna be tons of kinks in the operation.
Oh yeah,
there's gonna be tons of kinks in the operation.
Now, do you hear how they're gonna be doing the rides? Like, let's say it's a roller coaster. You can only sit if the ride has a 2-seat on each row. You can only sit one person there. It can only be every other person. Do you know how long it's going to take to get on a ride, Miguel?
Look, man, as a fat dude, it's basically been just me. Every time I've been on a roller coaster.
You're like, yo, this is normal.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
now
this is what we always do. Like, what are you talking about?
Now I blame it on them. I'll be like, it's not because the bar's not going down. It's just, we're safe. We're safe.
They've opened some theme parks in other countries, and I think they're misinterpreting how other countries are handling this so well as what America's capable of. They see people in China going, well, they're keeping their space, and they look all nice and civilized. Dude, we have the country shut down, and people will march to the Capitol with guns. If you really think they're going to do that and still obey the red line on the way to Space Mountain, you're ridiculous. The only thing is, like, Disney will actually kick people out for it, though. Disney will be like, all right, well, thanks for spending $100 a person. Get the hell out of our park.
No refund.
Yeah.
No refund.
No
They're doing refunds. Nah, bro. It's like the mob.
Man, don't they got a lot of buffets there, too? How the food?
The buffets are closed now,
Buffets are closed, bro.
That's the most hard thing for me, man. I'm just like, man, a lot of people are dying. I get that, but
I heard they're doing something with the. If you guys have been to Disney, they got the Disney app for your phone where you can plan your trip and everything. Yeah. I hear they're extending that not just to do the digital or virtual queue, but also food service places. You kind of can do your order, and that way you walk up to the pickup window and it's already ready to go. I found this interesting, though. They're opening up June 5th. I know Universal and Disney, that's when they're talking about. But I'm not a sports guy, but NBA, they're moving the whole rest of the season to Disney? Is that what they're doing? Buddy, so they're bringing all the teams are going to have to come play Wide World of Sports? Where's this happening at?
Wide World of Sports,
Closed though. It's closed to the public, right?
Yeah, it's closed to the public.
No,
really?
Yeah, hopefully not the media people. We can hit that one up, man. Come on in there. Real laughs. I just want to interview real quick. How's the season going,
bro?
Not
me, bro. NBA players are the ones spreading COVID around.
I don't give a damn. I get COVID if I get the kicker with LeBron James.
So all the games are just going to be played at Wide World of Sports? Like, how are they going to do that? Every game?
Every game. So right now, they're still trying to work it out. What most people want them to do is just go ahead and start the playoffs.
Yeah.
Take the top 8 teams in each conference that it's some teams they weren't gonna make. Phoenix Suns didn't go into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Why are we fighting over this? But the top 8 teams, maybe the 9th team, because I think Orlando was fighting for 8th and 9th. So maybe the 9th team and the 8th team have a play-in game and then start the playoffs.
Oh, Buddy Dyer gonna pull some leverage on that.
Yeah.
He's like,
because the season's over with June. June is usually when the NBA season ends, and then the new season starts October 31st. So they're just trying to get they want the Lakers to win a championship this year. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. The Lakers had the best record in the West, Milwaukee best in the East. It was LeBron's way of winning the championship with the West. I'm 100% telling you, if the Lakers had a crappy record, they would not do the NBA season this year.
It's all about LeBron.
Think they want LeBron to win a championship in LA. I'm telling you, I
think there's 4 courts at Wide World of Sports too, right?
It's big.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful venue, bro. I went out there for a game for Junior, bro. It's
Because they did the March Madness there though, right? Didn't they have that over there last year?
Yeah, they've had March Madness there before.
Yeah.
Wasn't Wide World of Sports the place though that was shady because 2 guys had a meeting with Disney where they pitched the whole concept and Disney was like, yeah, we're gonna pass on that, and a year later they started putting Wide World of Sports together. Isn't
Disney? That's Disney. You've told me.
But no, these guys actually, actually sued or something like that, and I think they got paid off.
So did the guys that pitched Disney Animal Kingdom.
Really?
True story. Yeah, man. They bullies. They can take whatever they want. Yeah. What you gonna do? You gonna
Disney's like, I know you're suing us, and I understand that. Real quick, you want to talk to your daughter? Papa, they got me in a hippo cage. Now we're gonna settle out. How about 50,000 and no legs for her? Or we just give her legs and call it even.
How attached to you are you to her actually having kneecaps? I'm just asking.
And the guy on the phone was like, she's already dead to me. Damn it, they're Russians. Damn it. I didn't know they're Russians. Damn. You didn't tell me they're Russians.
Yeah, but no lie, Mike. They have numerous stories about Disney being pitched different things and they say no, and then they end up opening something exactly like it a year later.
Yeah,
but they can get away with it, man. You got enough lawyers. I found out in America, you can get away with anything, bro. It's all right.
Man, when you got money, you can get away with anything.
Yeah,
you
man.
can.
When you
Just
got
ask
money,
Epstein.
you can get away with
Disney
anything,
got
bro.
more bodies than the Clintons. You just
Yeah.
got dig deep, yo. You gonna find out Jeffrey Epstein designed It's a Small World ride, and they were like,
Well,
he ain't getting his check.
Well, there is that thing that nobody, I don't know if this is a rumor or not. I got some friends that work over at Disney. Nobody has ever died on Disney property because they don't pronounce them dead until they get them off property. Is that the way this works? Like some guy got decapitated on Space Mountain, and they're like, it wasn't until we got him into Lake Buena Vista that.
Yeah, it's
the head was still talking.
Yeah.
Like the Haunted Mansion. Like the
Hey guys, it's me. I'm still alive. You're like, you got your hand in it. No, I don't. It's totally different at Six Flags. At Six Flags, they want to let you know somebody died. They're like, you got out of line, and we capped him. You know,
Six Flags, like, yo, we got a body count and we happy with it, bro.
Yeah.
And the line for that coaster is double the next day. Like, someone died on this. It's going to be good.
It's going to be good.
At Carowinds, they shoot somebody in the face every week to let you know they don't play.
Hey, bro, watch your mouth. That's my theme park, bro. You know that's my theme park, baby.
Carowinds, man. It's the only theme park that you're in two states in the middle of it. You know, they got that line down the middle.
Man.
Well,
that's my theme park, bro.
Oh, knockoff characters in Carowinds. Like, you remember Hanna-Barbera's Jabberwocky the dolphin? You mean Jabba the Shark? No, I don't. No, I don't. Tell my lawyers I said that, and I'll shoot you. Look, it's Ralph the Bunny. That's Bugs Bunny with a hat on. No, he's not.
No, not. Hey, Ken. I want you to tell me this week, man, because every week everybody knows this. If you're just listening for the first time, Ken has not seen a million movies that we all know and love from our childhood in the 80s and 90s. So he's been catching up, and every week he's been giving us our very own retroactive movie review. So, Ken, without further ado, tell us the movie that you finally watched. Everybody else has seen.
Baby, I took it to the danger zone and saw Top Gun. Bruh, if I hear that song again, I tell you, I choke a baby.
Oh, you're just mad because P. Diddy hasn't figured out how to rap over it yet.
Actually, he may have. I'm looking that up after this is over. So one of the things I really loved about it is I love seeing characters in those movies. I'm like, oh, that's so-and-so. Because Sundown, the black guy, he's the detective on Matlock.
Okay, all right.
And then the dude, Jester is from what's the movie?
Usual Suspects?
No, the movie with the aliens. We were killing the aliens. He was a Starship Trooper. So I love seeing that. So that was kind of cool. And
so wait a minute, they got one black guy that I don't remember in Top Gun, and they named him Sundown.
Yeah, Sundown was his name, bro. Clarence, yeah.
Yo, and he was the cook on the F-14.
Yeah. That's racist. Yo, cook on the F-14. Yeah. What is he making, Hot Pockets?
Yeah, right.
So
now he was making Cool Ranch Hot Pockets.
Yeah. he was the head saucier on that plane.
So Ken, does it hold up, man?
I mean, not for me, because you know how I am about movies, man. But I was cool with the characters, because like,
how dare you, Ken?
No, but let me finish, Jay. Let me finish. I was happy to see that one of the Batman was in the movie.
Christian Bale?
No, Val Kilmer, bro. Iceman, your Batman was the Top Gun that year. Like that was so cool that Batman got to be Top Gun. And then the Goose, I know he died in the movie, but he was a great doctor in ER. You know what I'm saying? So he went on to live his life, man.
He saved himself in the water, brought himself back to life
to be a doctor. Yeah, bro. Look here, man. Hey, bro. I'm telling you, that dude, Tom Cruise, even though he's short, I really think he could be in the Mission Impossible movies. I don't know why. Totally put him in them movies. But I got a weird feeling about him because he looked like he might be a Scientologist. So I don't want to. He might want to be a Scientologist. But I came up with something in the movie that I don't think anybody addressed.
Okay.
I think Iceman killed Goose.
Yeah, how?
How?
See, now remember they're like, remember they were playing the wingman to Iceman was the main thing, and then Maverick was the wingman. Remember he kept saying take the shot, and Iceman said 10 more seconds, take the shot, 5 more seconds, and he wouldn't take the shot. So then remember Maverick and them got the shot, and they had to go up under him, and they caught that wind draft that then messed the plane up, and then they crashed.
Yeah,
Iceman did that on purpose.
Is that
so
what
he
happens?
could win Top Gun?
Smart move.
I
love how at Top Gun school you can lose a multi-million-dollar plane, and they're like, "You're still in the school, kid."
And killed somebody too.
Killed somebody. Hey, the military killed somebody. Second most important thing. Lost the plane. That's the one. Though.
And you couldn't tell me that Goose wife Meg Ryan, who I love, wasn't a snitch. Was she not? Every time she like, ooh, man, Maverick having sex with everybody. Yeah. Girl, you don't want to mess with him. He done slept with her. She was a snitch. She like this dude. She talking to the dude main chick, and this chick is snitching on everything that Maverick done did in his past. Like he couldn't change, bro.
Yeah, probably because she hooked up with him a couple of times, and she's working that angle.
I think the opposite. I think they didn't hook up, and that's why
a woman scorned
the plane. So she could get Maverick, bro. He was all sad.
Yo, Ken,
she snuck in at night.
You didn't feel anything when you heard that Danger Zone?
Like you didn't feel anything every time it came on. Every time it came on, I bust out laughing. Come on, so bro. Corny. Why? Every time it came on, it was so corny. I laughed every time, yo. So now I didn't do this last week, but this is my new thing. You know how Siska and Ebro got the 2 thumbs up?
Yeah. Yes.
So I give this one a crown apple and a half. Look, you either get 2 crown apples, so I give them a crown apple and a half, James. The only reason I'm giving it a half is so you won't be bitching.
Okay, man. That's
just the volleyball scene. Come on, the volleyball scene.
Yo, you know what made me laugh about the volleyball scene? After they do the volleyball scene, the dude run to the girl house and like, I'm gonna take a shower here.
Yeah.
So next week, James, I'm doing your movie, Big Trouble in Little China.
All right, guys, when we get back real quick, we're going to be talking about who our favorite entertainer is. Real Last on 104.1. Welcome back, everybody. You are still rocking with Real Last on 104.1. I'm your host, James Young, in studio with Mike Hurley. We got Miguel Colon Jr. and Ken Miller in the house. Now, guys, I wanted to run something by you guys. I just learned what it is to be black. I didn't know until this past week what it truly meant to be a black person, Ken. Now, Ken, as a fellow black person yourself, did you know that if you don't know whether or not you should vote for Trump or not, then you don't really know if you black, Ken? Did you not know that?
Man. Hey, he wasn't wrong. He right. That's right. You ain't black. If you ain't seen 5 Heartbeats, your ass ain't black. Okay.
Gotcha.
If you call Kool-Aids by their flavors and not their colors, your ass ain't black. Okay. Huh? If you can't make a good fried chicken, your ass ain't black, huh? Wow. If you ain't ever owned a pair of Jordans, your ass ain't black, huh? Do you got 4 baby mamas, James? Do you got 4 baby mamas?
Yes.
Huh, you do? You black then, son. You black to be black.
I feel like this is what it'd been like if Jeff Foxworthy had been born black. That would have been his whole set right there.
If you didn't take over a radio show and just start yelling right now like I'm doing, you ain't black.
Now, let me let everybody know what we're talking about. Now, Joe Biden was on the Breakfast Club getting interviewed by Charlamagne the God. Charlamagne, he told him that I don't know whether or not who I'm voting for, blah, blah, blah. He's like, if you don't know whether or not you should vote for me or Trump, then you ain't black. Now, he said it joking around and everybody lost their mind. But I got the feeling, Ken, when he said that, all the black people who heard it were like, bro,
like he meant that, bro. He 100% meant that. It's one of the ones where you, it's like, one of the ones where the joke bomb, but you like, y'all.
He's like, listen, boys. I'm an old white man, so let me give you your opinion. All right, real quick, Hey, this is my thing. This is my thing on that. 100%. Had Donald Trump said anything about you ain't black if you don't do this, I'd have been like, oh, this MF thinks he knows that. And then my hypocritical ass was like, well, chill out, Joe. Chill out. You know? That's why you shouldn't listen to me. That's why you should not listen to me when it comes to politics, because I am an open hypocrite, and I think it's messed up that I am.
But we're quick. If one of us said that, if I said if you vote for Trump, you ain't black, then everybody like, oh, you right, dog.
Yeah.
But I mean, but in a sense. He
ain't. I mean, he
ain't lying.
Donald Trump made this statement once, and I don't know when he made the statement, but he made the statement, and it was something like he doesn't have black accountants. He likes having Jewish accountants, and I was one of those people like, yo, that's racist. And then also I'm like, but I do too.
But you get it.
Yeah, so that's what's messed up.
I was watching Pluto today, Pluto TV. You know, when I'm working, I watch Unsolved Mysteries in the background. So they show commercials. The commercial they're showing right now is how Joe Biden signed the Criminal Act back in the 90s has put more black people in jail. That commercial wasn't showing until Joe Biden said that. So now they're trying to plug him as a racist. You know what I mean? As a racist. Even though it is true, Joe Biden did sign the law with Clinton that put more brothers in jail than any president in the history of presidents.
And still Republicans didn't vote for him?
No, come on, man. Joe Biden should run on that. And look, I put black people first. Always.
It's hard, man, because this is the truth, man. Like I have not been a supporter of Donald Trump's agenda, and I haven't been a supporter of his politics. And like, I want there to be another president, but I also can't be that dude who's like, Joe Biden's the one. Because I'm like, damn it, Joe. Every time he talks, I'm like, yo, just shut up. Just shut up, yo.
Yeah.
Like just take a nap.
And he came out and apologized, and of course all of his fans are the people rocking with him. Like, see, he apologized. Trump never apologized.
Okay, here's the thing. Trump can say some really wild, outlandish things. And when I saw the clip, when Joe said it, he was playing. But you know what I mean? He was like being funny about it. Why can't we have a president to be funny about some stuff and we be all right with it? Why can't we do that?
Yeah, but that ain't something you want to be funny about, because in our community, we get, and James, I'm speaking on me and you for sure, because we're comedians that do mainly mainstream rooms. Yeah. So people don't consider us black. Urban. I actually had a comic tell me one time, and a good friend of mine, she's Spanish, tell me I had to go pick my kids up. She said, "Yeah, you ain't really black. You spend time with your children." And I was like, "What?
Wow, yeah."
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, so in our community, we get that. Like, the black card thing, we get that a lot. If you ain't seen a movie. I said the 5 Heartbeats in the beginning, but if you ain't seen a movie like 5 Heartbeats, the first thing a black person says, what? Oh, man, taking your black card, man, you ain't black. If you speak proper, man, he ain't black. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he had to understand, Biden had to understand what he said affects a lot of black people, because we hear that a lot when we do stuff that they consider white.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I know this too, man. And one of the things I always catch, and you guys probably see this more as anything, is there are clubs and then there are black clubs. But just the word club means that white people go there or a mix of people go there. But black clubs, when you say that, it's like they're not regular clubs. There's always it's not regular. I think, man, I think, man, honestly, like I don't want Joe Biden to be our president. I don't like Donald Trump's agenda. I don't want him to be our president. I'm in a weird place. I think it's just, we go presidentless for a while. We just find ourselves. We see a lot of different presidents. We date a couple old presidents.
It's like a relationship, Miguel. Look, I'm not saying we're broken up. I'm just saying we need to take a little time away.
Like I'm gonna call.
Can Obama run again? I mean, hold up. He did his 2, right? And then 4 passed. Can he pop back in? Like,
I think no, he can't. But I think he could be vice president. And then this is my deal. Let's get a really good Democratic vice president, and let's let Joe Biden win, and let's agree to the Republicans that we'll let them impeach him. Like, we'll be like, hey, look, we got a bomb vice president. We're going to let Joe in, and then you guys will impeach Joe, and we're going to be like, cool, I think you should go to.
You know how crazy it would be if Joe Biden elect VP was Obama? Which can it be done?
I'd love to just have Michelle. Yeah, Michelle would be great.
She doesn't want that. She said
it's not what she wants. It's what we need, Ken.
Yeah.
Damn.
Listen,
Okay.
Ken, it's another white man just explaining what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said that. She said that plenty of times. She said she will not hurt. She says she doesn't want anything to do with politics.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, man, I'd take Chance the Rapper. You know? Like,
I think Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Kendrick Lamar.
You know what I do love? I love the absurdity, though, because, like, I have family members that, of course, are, like, all Trump and everything else, and I got friends on Facebook. I don't ban anyone for their political views on Facebook if you can have a decent conversation. Thing is, when that little flaw happened, how many Trump supporters jumped on that going, look, Biden's racist, racist. I'm like, dude, this is one notch on a bedpost compared to this over here. When he had the one allegation, when they jumped on that, Trump supporters, they put that front and center. I'm like, dude, here's a list of 23 confirmed for your boy. How can you possibly think you can measure against those numbers? I mean, Trump's put up some big numbers.
This is how I argue that one always. Don't argue with him. Be like, you're right. We should get rid of any candidate that does that.
Exactly.
Like, anytime somebody's like, hey, man, you know how many people have said Biden sexually harassed him? Like, you're right. He's got to go. And anybody else who's got that.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking, I'm like, you're right, man. You're right, man. If you know what I'm saying? If I think it's unacceptable, and I think anybody who does this, it shouldn't be there. So I think Biden, I don't find him to be an acceptable candidate for president, the same way I've never found Donald Trump to be an acceptable president. I think they both should be out. And I'm telling you right now, man, Chance the Rapper's got some crazy ideas, but he can make it happen.
I'm still shocked that Biden, I don't know, is it the Obama thing that got Biden in? Like, probably, is it because he was Obama's VP and black people were like, if he rock with Obama, he rock with me.
I think on a lesser level, they did to Bernie again what they did when he was running against Hillary. Yeah, the Democrats, all the Democrats that dropped out, man, because you remember Bernie actually had a decent little momentum going. He had a lead. Yeah. And then all of a sudden when people start dropping out, without question, they start throwing their support to Biden.
It's the same reason I bought You God's album, because he was with Wu-Tang. And then I listened to it and I was like, oh, man. No, this was a mistake.
That's the only reason I brought Prize album, because he was down with the Boogs. I'm like, this got to be okay.
If Nelly didn't drop It's Getting Hot in Her, I never would have bought Murphy Lee's album. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Joe Biden is the Murphy Lee of presidential candidates.
Where's his mask? Like,
But do you think Obama coming on the campaign trail for Joe Biden's going to help out that much? You don't think so?
Has he yet? I haven't seen Obama.
He's backed already. He's officially backed him. Yeah.
Every time Obama speaks, I'm just like, man, I want you to be our president again. Yeah. He's a powerful speaker. And then you got two guys running who can't hold a sentence together, you know?
I was listening that.
I was listening to old Reagan speeches and I was like, man, he had me and Reagan had me believing in programs that I know failed historically, and I'm like, we should give it a try. This guy's good at talking.
Who was Reagan running against? Was it Mondale? Was it Mondale? He was good.
Mondale.
I loved it because Mondale took this thing like Reagan's older and blah blah blah, and Reagan comes out. Reagan comes out and does that line. He's like, "I'm not going to make my opponent's youth a factor and inexperience. His youth and inexperience a factor in this election." Yeah.
And even he laughed. Even Mondale laughed.
Now I want to ask you guys something real quick. Now we're entertainers, right? So I want to know, what kind of person entertains the hell out of you guys? You guys are all funny in your own right. You're all great entertainers. So what do you guys watch nowadays that's entertaining you? Like, who you guys learned that is pretty talented and you're watching nowadays is new to you?
That's new? I wouldn't say new, but I love Will Smith.
Really? Okay.
I watch. Will Smith has one of the most creative Instagrams out there for a celebrity. Like, he really does stuff that most celebrities don't do.
And I'll give you that. Miguel said something last week that I didn't off air that I didn't realize, because I'm definitely not a social media guy. He said Instagram, if you have followers on there, they're not exactly fans of you. They just like what you do on Instagram, so they'll follow you. And Will Smith is one of the most entertaining people. You're right.
He really is.
Yeah,
I like watching DJ Khaled fall apart. Like, now that we're in this quarantine, it went from we the best to him just looking like he's in a cave somewhere about to blow up a 747 over France. You know, like I enjoy that too. I enjoy the downfall, and that's horrible, but I enjoy the downfall of people too.
And he's like, stay home. Stay home. Like, yeah, of course you can stay home. DJ Khaled, you worth $100 million.
Yeah,
you can do that, right?
DJ Khaled,
stay home.
He got to like when you that rich, Uber Eats brings you like a restaurant and a chef to you.
Yeah, the whole restaurant, B.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got the candle from Beauty and the Beast there singing songs to him, yo.
All right, guys. Now, none of you guys are performing this weekend, right? Nobody's anywhere?
No, man.
I do got a show that we're going to be doing this weekend. I hope you guys come out and check it out. It's called the Rockin' Last Lounge, brand new club opening up in Orlando. It's located at the Days Inn on OBT. Tickets are $20 at the door. But if you go to rockinlast.com, use the promo code James2020. Tickets are only $10. So come hang with your boy. Have a good time this weekend. We all could
the Days Inn on OBT.
Yeah,
yeah. That comedy show's only gonna last an hour because they charge for the hour.
If you don't have a gun, you can rent one from the front desk.
That is true. Like a gentleman. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We will see you guys tomorrow. Real Last 104.1.